Hey everybody, welcome back to a spoiler territory. I want to talk about Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. The reason why I'm deciding to talk about the Ultimate Edition is because it's obviously better than the theatrical one. I don't know why Warner Brothers just cut up the pieces that made the film what it's supposed to be. It just makes no sense for our. I feel that's a bit problem that they have. Is that do they not trust the directors or the direction of the films? And why does time really matter in this? Because for films, I feel like it's because of the rating. Who knows? But anyway, I saw this film in theaters. It was very fun to watch. But then we see in Metropolis what happens there with General Zod and Superman and Bruce Wayne is actually in Metropolis as well. He's trying to figure out what's going on because he has employees there in Metropolis, and it's like Bruce really put himself into towards the danger. That's something really exciting to see. Bruce Wayne do something that he's becoming. He's ready for anything. So he sees that Superman is in a way causing all this destruction, and then we have a sense that he has is that we see that there's a reason why Batman's angry at Superman. That's something that is really important. It's because he wants to eat. That's not what superheroes. Yes, I don't know if Bruce Wayne sees Superman as a hero, but he sees him as a not a threat, but someone who a potential dangerous character. So we see that in Africa. We see Lois Lane. She's a journalist for the Daily Planet, and she is trying to do her job. And then we get introduced to Jimmy Olsen real quick, and then he just killed off, and that's so strange that happened. Like I feel like that character should have been part of their lives earlier, but oh well. With this Ultimate Edition, we see that all the stuff happens. That there's these guys trying to cause a lot of danger, and then they frame Superman for what happened because they expect Superman to arrive, and then one of the plans is to frame Superman for what happened with using a fire torch. One of the bullets hits the journal that Lois Lane has brought with her, and there was this drone was also involved, and they didn't want another group to infiltrate them or anything like that. We see that Superman just shows up, grabs Lois, and goes in. So this film we are introduced to Lex Luthor, and he is I feel like Jesse Eisenberg was really. I feel like he was really made for this role because I feel like Lex Luthor is the type of person who is all over the place and wants to do good for others, but not really. Just well, if anyone who reads the comics knows who Lex Luthor really is, but like, for this film, I feel like it's that which then Lex Luthor we're used to, which is a good thing and also a bad thing. I feel like this is what I mean by that is that the that the way this character could be or could have been or could not have been, it always depends on how the plot is and how the story goes. But overall, I feel like this Lex Luthor, he was just there were moments where he made sense in a way, but he just didn't. It was like a lot. It was like planning all these things, all these possibilities, all these what ifs really worked for him, and some stuff he wanted, like the kryptonite. He wanted kryptonite that was found in the Indian Ocean, and he said he has access to it, but like the fact that he has access to it so quickly, and is that why is it like that? Is that it should be like maybe the he should have had like more more time to more time to. It was that fast pace of that. I feel like this movie was way too fast paced with stuff like this where the characters get what they want immediately and things are just happening so fast, and I feel like that's also a lot of things that was a little bit rushed with the storyline and the plot is the fact that there was so much happening so fast, and every character is trying to keep up, and then when they do, there's something more. It just powers to the point with like Batman, for example, he has to be Bruce Wayne and Batman, and he has to figure out what Superman is about, and he has his own stuff in Gotham he has to worry about. So let's see him go through a lot of things, and something I'll see. Even though sometimes these characters go through a lot of the main characters go through a lot of things, I feel like it it was enjoyable to watch. For example, I really like Ben Affleck's portrayal here of Batman. I feel like I was watching a real Batman character come to life. Batman's known as a detective, and I feel like that's what he's trying to do in a way. Even though this film is still tied to him losing his parents, and I feel like which is understandable, but overall, this Batman is like I want to say old, but like, grown up. The fact that it's that some maybe it feels like stretched out. I don't know. It's really unclear how I feel about the Marvel the Marvel thing, because I feel like it was a long shot and all these things, and for Superman we didn't even Martha was only there for like a few scenes, even though she's a really important character for Superman. I feel like this film we didn't get much of her because of all these other things going on. The Snyder character was just there to be a secondary character for Lex Luthor, because I feel like she had her character, she was doing her job, and all these things. I noticed her voice too. When I first saw this in theaters, I said, why is her voice so familiar? And that it's Elastigirl. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully I'm right. Yeah. And in the film where, the scene where Bruce Wayne goes to the party Lex was invited him to, Clark Kent asked some random guy, who's that? And that's Bruce Wayne. And the fact that after all this, how does he not know who Bruce Wayne is or how he looks like? And the fact that later on they know each other's identities, it was so unusual and so unexpected. And they know each other's identities because they're not supposed to. I like Alfred in this film. He was a great right hand man for Bruce, but I feel like he he looked like more of a friend than a mentor for Bruce. But overall, I enjoyed Alfred in this film. I feel like he was really a useful character and really helped Bruce out. Bruce wants to figure out and understand what Superman is all about, and like Alfred just is pretty much like a friend to Bruce, and I feel like that's what they were having. They were having a conversation as friends where they're trying to understand what Superman is really capable of, and I feel like it helped. I feel like Bruce, I feel like Alfred talking to Bruce made Bruce clear his head a little bit more and understand things more from a different side, a different perspective, within all this. So I feel like he was really useful. I did enjoy I enjoyed Lois Lane in this film. I feel like she was just there for Clark and Superman. I don't think I have any complaints about her. I feel like she was like a really great Lois Lane. She wanted to be there for Clark and all these things and she's doing her job in the Daily Planet very right, and her like it's that I feel like they get along really well. So that's really great to see in this film. In this film, we have the media talking to each other about how they see Superman, and I feel like in a way that was like overly done, but overall that's what the media is. It's overdone when they, for example, when they talk about Superman, how dangerous he is, and what's going on with the power he can possess, and he can destroy us if he wants to. How he stands of it really. I feel like even the fact that Clark is watching this, it's that was really. I felt like he needed to see it, but he didn't need to see it at the same time. But overall, it was a big factor in that to be. I feel like that was a really. I feel like this film was too focused on that as well. I don't know what the right terms is, but maybe they went a little overboard with that. But overall, right, let's then. We get introduced to Diana Prince in this film, and we just she was just there because this film wanted to introduce us to the Justice League really fast, and overall, I really liked her, even though she didn't say much in this film. I feel like she was really enjoyable to watch when she helped them out in the ending the scene where Bruce and Diana they were talking to each other in that party. I'm talking about the scene where Diana's wearing the white dress and I'm talking about the device that she took from Bruce. I feel like it was really good to have like it was a nice introduction to her, help us understand what who she how interesting she could be, and overall I really liked her in this film. Her suit was a little dark, like as we seen. I watched this film yesterday, and then I seen Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984, and in the timeline, those films happened before this one, and so we see her, even not knowing what she's been through. It helps. It helps this film out a little bit more, but overall, yeah, she was pretty decent in this film. I find her interesting. The characters in this film are trying to say is people point fingers at Batman for doing something wrong, people point fingers at Superman for doing something wrong, and then all these things, and then is that is that the is that everybody's like going nuts over that, and the fact that Batman is trying to brand people and then all these things. I've out of both of them, I feel like Bruce understands him. I feel like Bruce is the one who actually learns from everything, and Superman also did too when he decided to put fight Doomsday into space instead of attacking them in the city. He learned that way, but I don't feel like he was. I feel like he was like moping around in this film. We did see Clark actually do not detective work, but journalism work, where he was trying to understand what happened with um, Superman in Africa and all these things, and then how this lady reacted to what happened. And I really like that side of Clark. It really helped us understand him a little bit better, and overall he was doing his job, and I feel like that's in the Ultimate Edition did really well, so we see him do something with his the theatrical version where he doesn't, and documentation shows that in a way Clark really cares about people as well. So that's why he's like confused sometimes when people like him and some people like Clark but they don't like Superman. So he's trying to figure out who he wants to be in his identity and all these things. The scene where Superman is at the Capitol, where he shows that he wants to understand how people see him as, and I really feel like we should have seen a little bit. Maybe the explosion didn't happen so soon. We could have understood him just a little bit more. But overall, after the Capitol exploding in Superman, like Prince one of the civilians to the paramedics, and that was really. And then we see him look. We see the fact that we see him look around what's around him, and he also looks at Lewis, and then he leaves. It shows that he feels guilty and he felt helpless, and that was something that makes us understand him a little bit more. So, honestly, the theatrical version is just sloppy and doesn't make sense because it doesn't really show us the whole picture and literally. So, I feel like something I just love that this film had a Ultimate Edition because I feel like it helped us understand Clark a little bit more when we try to figure out who's right and who's wrong if it's when it comes to Batman and Superman. And what I mean by who's right, I mean like are they doing the right thing? The whole thing with Lex Luthor he pretty much was forcing Superman to fight Batman, and it just made no sense. And all this thing that Bruce and Alfred spoke to each other about, trying to video. Bruce wanted to understand what was understand Superman. He just jumped into conclusions and didn't want to hear him out and all these things, and so I feel like save Martha was something that he needed to say, otherwise he would have ended Superman. It was just fighting just to fight, and it just was so weird to, even though the fight scene was, them fighting looked really cool and all, it just didn't feel like it did anything, it felt like it's just pretty much them pushing each other around until one of them listened or something. Until one of them really said something. I didn't listen. Lex Luthor just wanted things to go his way, and it obviously failed because he wasn't really thinking straight with all these things. He just went over, his mind was all over the place, and there was a lot of things that he was trying to plan, and then that's why it didn't work. When Lex created Doomsday, and they fought and all these things. It was interesting to watch, but Superman being killed off so fast, it was kind of pointless in a way. But I understand that it's a storyline in the comics, and that's what they wanted to do. But it felt like so fast. So Superman should save people, and then when people didn't like that, then he didn't want to save people, but he did so anyways because he wanted to be Superman. So overall, I feel like that was something why this film wanted Superman to be this big thing that just was a little too much. But I enjoy watching this film. Yeah, I do. And then the film was really weird with the when Dan was looking through the files of the other Justice League characters. It was like that was so rushed. But that scene where Bruce, Batman tries to save Martha, that was a really good Batman. To be honest, I really enjoyed seeing him. His fight style was really. I feel like I was watching something fun going on. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was watching Batman being Batman, even though he used like certain weapon that he's not known for using. I feel like it was something that needed to be done in that scenario, but overall, yeah, that part I will always enjoy. But this film had a lot of potential and really had its wonderful moments and had something going for it. But so definitely the Ultimate Edition is better than the theatrical version, 100%. It was, despite what you guys think about the film, alright, so I appreciate all of you for watching and listening. So hope of you enjoy this episode. Have a great day, everybody.